Alright, today's lesson is on subtracting decimals. Again, we're going to go ahead and review our integer rules because they're all going to apply here. So the first one is we don't subtract. We add the opposite. Alright, and then after we change it to an addition problem, we're just going to go ahead and follow our addition rules. So again, steps for finding our steps for completing these. Again, we're going to line up our decimals. We're going to add zeros as placeholders, and then we're going to use some estimation to check and see if our answers are reasonable. Okay. So number one, we've got 3.62 minus 18.57. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the opposite. So now I have an addition problem. I notice they are different, so I'm going to subtract them. I'm going to do 18.57, 3.62. My larger number goes on the top. And it is going to be a negative value because negative 18.57 is larger than 3.62, so negative 14.95 is my answer. I'm going to go ahead and estimate to check and see if I'm correct. So my 18.57 is just similar to 19. 3.62 is like 4. And I get an answer of 15. And again, it also is negative, so negative 14.95 is reasonable. Number 2, we've got 9 minus 3.245. Alright, so I'm not going to subtract, I'm going to add the opposite. Or in this case, it's a nice, easy number sentence to use. The number at the beginning is larger than my second number, so it's the same idea of 9 minus 3.245. Add in my zero place values. Go ahead and subtract these two. So 5.755. And my large number is positive, so it's a positive answer. So if I estimate, I do 9 minus 3, get an answer of 6, and they're very close to each other. Alright, number 3, negative 5.78 minus negative 18.3. I'm not going to subtract, I'm going to add the opposite. So now I have a positive and a negative. Again, they're different, so I'm going to subtract. So 18.3 minus 5.78. I have a zero placeholder I need to go ahead and include in there. Go ahead and solve it. Get an answer of 12.52. Go back to my original problem, and I notice that the 18 is larger than 5.78, so it stays positive. Now let's go ahead and check it. I'm going to do 18 minus 6. Get an answer of 12. And yes, those are close to each other. Alright, number 4, negative 12.49 minus 17.25. So I don't subtract, I add my opposite. Now I have two negatives, so they're both the same, which means I'm going to add them together. So it does not matter which one is on top for that. So I get an answer of 29.74. And because they're both negative, my answer should be negative as well. Let's go ahead and check it. I get 12 and 17. Add them together. Get an answer of 29. Both negative, yes, so it is close to it and reasonable. Alright, so you have a few you're going to go ahead and try right now. Try the word problem at the bottom as well. So there's 5 problems for you. Make sure you're checking it by estimating. Let's go ahead and pause and see how you did. Alright, number 1, you should have gotten negative 7.29. Number 2 should have been 10.74. Number 3, 2.56. And number 4, negative 20.2. And then lastly, the how much faster was her first lap? We have a 0.41 seconds.